Hi everybody, a very happy Sunday to you and welcome to edition 114 of Tunes from the Shop with Skip. Today for our easy peasy Sunday I'm going to play yet another piece of music from the Empty Pockets album behind me. In fact, my initial plan was for this tune to be the title track of the record. The recording was going to be called Midnight Air, which I thought was very nice for an album of flute and fife music. But the record company that released the recording initially thought Empty Pockets was a great track and a much more catchy name. So my initial wish was overridden by the all-powerful record company executives, and it became Empty Pockets. Shows you the kind of sway that recording companies hold over artists, especially back in the day of LPs and cassettes. Whereas today it's a much easier process for us to release things independently, which is what I have done since Empty Pockets with my 10 or so recordings since then. One of the very important kind of black arts in making recordings is something called sequencing. And sequencing is exactly what it sounds like. It is deciding the running order that the tracks appear in. One thing that happened when the industry changed over from LPs, which have an A side and a B side, to CDs, which have basically a just straight run through, was this whole process of sequencing changed. When we had an A and a B side, you'd usually start with something uplifting on side A, something bouncy after that, something kind of thoughtful and slow in the next track, and then you start building up towards the end of the A side. That last piece was quite often the title track for the recording. Switching over to the B side, you'd start off with something a little bit moody, and then build the feeling up towards the end of the CD, where you would end up with again a fairly big track. So this particular tune, called Midnight Air, was going to be the last track on side A, and the last track on side A, which happens to be Empty Pockets, now in the finished recording, was going to be the first track of side B. So there's a little look into the black art of sequencing. I wrote this tune when I was living in Branford, Connecticut, Short Beach to be exact. Across the street from me, I was right on Long Island Sound. I mean, there was my little cottage, and then there was the beach across the street, and right there was a place called Killam's Point. I'm sure it's still there, actually. And Killam's Point was, at the very tip of the point, was a retreat. You could rent this area, have your events there. But there was either a short cliff or a high ledge, depending on how you wanted to think about it. Dropped about 30 feet or so, I guess, down to Long Island Sound, very dramatic rocks and waves crashing and things there. And I had just had a fairly bad time, and went out to Killam's Point very late one night, pondering imponderable things, and just the sound of the waves crashing on the rocks and the wind through the trees. It was a very kind of a stormy, wind-blown night, and the idea for this particular piece was born. So, as I say, it's called Midnight Air. It was very funny when I recorded it, actually, in Southbury, Connecticut at RBY Studios. I was in the studio, I was playing it, I thought it was beautiful, and then I thought I heard some kind of rumbling sound or something. I didn't know what it was. I looked up towards the control room, and Johnny Cunningham, the producer, had his head in his hands and was shaking his head like this, and then he just started laughing. And so I just kept going. Nobody said stop, so I didn't, and went through the end, and Johnny said, Skip, you got to come listen to this. So I came in, we were listening to the piece, and all of a sudden there was a sound in the background. What the hell is that? It turns out there was a rock quarry not far from the studio, and the studio used to coordinate with the quarry about not doing any blasting when there was a recording session going. But somehow that communication didn't quite come through in that case. I really wanted to go with that track, and Johnny really wanted to go with that track, but we decided to redo it. And I was just going to do it as solo flute. And then Johnny said, that needs a harmony. I said, Johnny, I've never played a harmony. He said, oh, it's easy. What's your first note? I said, my first note is a G. He said, great, your first note's a D. Go play a harmony. That's how the harmony part came about. So totally improvised harmony part on the album. But now you know way more than you ever wanted to know about sequencing and how this track was created. So let's get to the tune. So, The Midnight Air, composed by yours truly, long ago in a faraway place. Hope you enjoyed that tune. For our easy peasy Sunday morning, we tried to keep it very, very easy peasy and hopefully not too depressing. Anyway, go forth, enjoy your Sunday responsibly, intelligently. Take care of yourself. Take care of those you love. Give them a hug. Give them a kiss. Be nice to somebody you really don't like. Hugging them and kissing them, I don't know, maybe that's a step too far, but entertain the thought anyway. That's a step forward. Cheers, everybody. See you tomorrow for our much more highly caffeinated tunes from the shop for our Manic Monday. Till then, cheers.